UKIS Technology is hoping to fill a gap in security for digital assets. It's launched a hardware wallet with backup in case you forget your password to access your crypto assets.
I mean, if you look at where things are going in decentralized economy, I mean, the private key is going to be the basis of this trust that's going to happen, in all this innovation, right? So I think that's where we found ourselves, being able to address quite effectively this market and bring the security of a private key to the masses.
And to develop that new wallet, UKIS needed people with the right skills.
We're in the Fintech business, so there's always this challenge of how much fin are we going to be and how much tech are we going to be. So I think we are quite specific in the area of what you call basic tech, technology that involves the security of the transaction.
Mr. Tan is pleased that the government has included a focus on Web 3.0 and blockchain technology in the new financial roadmap, as he thinks this is the future of the finance industry.
I think they are talking about some building competency in basically the stacks that needs to hold up this industry, right? It could be the financial stack on the understanding of how all this, how money moves, or how we can transition between digital assets to a fiat currency, right? I mean, there's a lot of dynamics involved. Or we are talking about people who can leverage on the concept of blockchain technology.
Singapore's refreshed roadmap to transform the financial services industry aims to create 3,000 to 4,000 net jobs annually. It also hopes to achieve growth of between 4 to 5% on average each year. 400 million Sing dollars in grant funding will go towards a talent development and leadership program over the 5-year period up to 2025. Among the many focus areas is a plan to anchor promising fintech startups in areas like Web 3.0, artificial intelligence, and green fintech.
What we're seeing now is that in order to take the most advantage possible of the COVID-19 recovery, in order also to take advantage of some of the shifts that are occurring in global business, it's increasingly important that Singapore show that it's actually open to global talent again. The basic problem is that the economy is fast moving, the business needs are fast moving, and basically high-tech sectors globally, they're actually driven by immigration. It's not going to be possible for places like Silicon Valley to depend purely on the people who are born just within, for example, maybe a 50-kilometer radius of that area.
The financial industry in Singapore is pretty large. I think it hires about 200,000 professionals across the different spectrum of financial services. We have the same problem year in, year out. There's always critical shortages of these professionals, and they have to hire from overseas for these roles. If you look at the number of fintech business, family office, financial companies in Singapore, they call for lots of hiring of these financial professionals. We simply do not have enough of them here. So Singapore government is trying to bring forth the Singapore call to the front by providing grant for this training. We need to look a bit deeper to understand why do we have a crunch.
UKIS has first-hand experience of the competition for talent.
We have so much experience where you offer a candidate that that suits our criteria, and very soon, a few weeks time, they give us more time. You notice that they're being poached.
A key initiative under the Financial Services Plan is building workforce competencies and developing specialist talent. But experts say it's also about practical experience.
I think what the government can do is to encourage employers to train our Singaporean call to leadership role by incentivizing them through either sponsoring their overseas trip, through tax incentive, This would encourage the employer to take our Singaporean for a tour around all the different financial centers and to learn the trade and the rules of playing the game. The government may want to consider providing training grant to startups as well for them to be able to give foreign overseas exposure.
Another factor, the willingness to take a risk.
In terms of competency, I think we would have it. But in terms of the risk-taking appetite, we may not have that gumption for it right now. I think by inviting all these foreign enterprises and startups to land themselves in Singapore, there will be a lot of exchanges, and hopefully in time to come, hopefully in the next 5, 10 years, 15 years, we would develop the kind of behavioral response to opportunity.